You may now begin your presentation.
Today, we are going to take you on a journey.
A journey started 6 years ago in Sarnia, Canada,
and led to Zambia, Africa.
A journey of perseverance,
Challenges,
innovation,
and success.
a journey that has led us to today.
with a scaled and sustainable project.
improving lives forever in Zambia.
Our success has been built on a foundation of entrepreneurship.
Building an economy, one piece at a time.
This year, the pieces have come together.
We are putting an end to 83% of people living below the poverty line in rural Zambia.
We have addressed their #1 need by providing sustainable food security.
And we have shown small-scale farmers how to build a thriving rural economy.
6 years working together.
Building together.
This is what happens when projects are built to last.
And reach their full potential.
Let us take you on our journey.
And show you where it all began.
And where we are today.
It's 2012, and our team is 8 weeks old. One of our students asked to meet with our team to discuss a project.
Tom is from Zambia.
And he came to Lambton College to learn about solar energy.
He wanted to install solar panels in the village school where he grew up.
And he is one of us.
A student at Lambton College.
Looking to make a difference in the world.
So, we packed our bags and headed to Zambia.
During our initial needs assessment, we spent 3 weeks living in the villages.
Meeting with farmers, school leaders, village elders, and tribal headmen. We asked a lot of questions, and we learned.
We did not impose our ideas on them, nor tell them what to do. We listened.
And then we asked everyone, what hopes and dreams do you have for your family, your friends, your community?
We heard the same key themes over and over.
We can't feed ourselves.
Our health is poor.
We don't have clean drinking water.
We have no sources of power.
We need more education.
And we need better ways to make money.
Together with the Zambians, we began addressing their needs.
We built our projects on these key pillars.
We aren't there to provide aid. The Zambians contribute capital and manpower to all projects.
We build confidence and trust, which empowers farmers to fulfill their dreams.
We train trainers and transfer our knowledge to them to allow for project scaling and sustainability.
When we conducted our needs assessment, we identified the most critical area for development: food security.
Zambia is the second most undernourished country in the world.
Project One Seed operates out of 5 main villages and supports an additional 100 villages in the Monzi district of Zambia, Africa.
There is no running water or electricity where we work, and 71% of the people are unable to meet their minimum daily nutritional needs.
Small-scale farmers do not have access to proper farming inputs, and people are deprived of a reliable source of water.
These households survive on less than $1 per day.
We learned that farming knowledge had been handed down from generation to generation. No one ever wondered if there was a better way to farm.
But we did.
We formed a partnership with Southwest Ag Partners, a Canadian company specializing in innovative agricultural solutions. And we built a train-the-trainer model together.
We teach farmers that no-till farming is a way of growing crops from year to year without disturbing the soil through plowing.
It also keeps water and nutrients in the soil while decreasing erosion.
In the fields and in the classrooms,
We teach proper seed planting depth, seed spacing, and row spacing.
All key principles of no-till farming that lead to a vast increase in crop production.
To illustrate that no-till farming works, we planted a 1-hectare trial plot in 2012.
from 2013 to 2016, Project One Seed farmers planted 9,844 hectares, an average growth rate of 364% year over year.
To make One Seed sustainable, we had to transfer our knowledge to the farmers, and our focus has been on training Zambian trainers.
Twice a year, our agronomists join us in Zambia to train One Seed trainers.
Together, we trained 339 trainers this year.
So what has been the impact of training 339 trainers this year?
For 6 years, we have been creating a foundation of capacity building, scaling, and sustainability as word of our program spread.
and that led to where we are today.
We trained 33,998 new farmers this year, adding 33,998 farmers to the middle class this year.
Our 339 trainers are the key to scaling our project when we are not there, and that's sustainability.
Farmers who previously had yields of 25 50-kilogram bags of corn are now harvesting an average of 143 bags.
Revenue has gone from just an average of $300 per hectare to an average of $1,735.
That's a 5.6 time increase in yield and revenue.
That's 33,998 farmers over 33,998 hectares.
Profit of $48.8 million just this year.
Profit being invested back into the community.
Profit being supplied for these projects by farmers like Cosmos, Chile, and Desmond.
Profit that is being used to build an economy.
Another benefit of no-till farming is the impact it has on the environment. Because the soil is no longer plowed, erosion is reduced, and more importantly, oxygen is kept out of the soil.
Without oxygen, the carbon in the soil can't be converted into carbon dioxide. This means that carbon is kept in the ground and CO2 kept out of the air.
By planting 33,998 hectares of corn, over 58,000 tons of carbon were kept in the ground and over 177,000 tons of CO2 kept out of the air this year.
The equivalent of offsetting 100,000 vehicles emissions in 1 year.
We taught farmers to stop burning corn stalks after harvest. By eliminating crop burning and allowing the stalks to decompose where they lie, rainwater absorption is increased, providing more water for crop growth.
Here's a snapshot of the incredible environmental impact.
We're here in Zambia as part of the One Seed Project. I'm with Abel. He's our lead farmer. He's an amazing guy. We have made a difference in Zambia. 30,000 hectares, 40,000 seeds per hectare, 1.5 pounds of corn residue from each plant. That's 1.8 billion pounds of residue that no longer gets burned. They used to burn it all. They no longer burn because of the One Seed Project. That's humus in the soil. That's nutrients for the plants. That's progress.
That's 1.8 billion pounds of waste no longer being burned, drastically reducing pollution and improving air quality.
We also expanded our life-changing drip irrigation systems this year.
The first drip irrigation system was built last year at a school in Gali. The impact was so overwhelming, 3 more were built this year.
Drip irrigation means schools can now grow canola, cabbage, tomatoes, peanuts, watermelon, and even banana trees.
This is very important as most of the children only eat shima, their corn-based staple food.
The drip systems are providing the critical diversity needed in student diets to combat malnutrition.
Children no longer have to decide if they should attend school
where there was no food, or stay at home and work in the fields, and had a chance of finding something to eat.
Students enrolled at the school where our new drip irrigation systems are built have access to a diverse selection of food and the rarest resource in rural Zambia, water.
Furthermore, the solar panels are used to power each drip irrigation system, and excess electricity from the panels is used to power real computers in the classroom.
instead of learning about them from a book or drawings on a chalkboard.
However, after increasing the yields of our farmers and installing the drip systems this year, we still saw a problem.
A big problem.
Even with these dramatic changes, our farmers were still on the bottom of the value chain, and we had to change this.
Looking to spot development opportunities, we saw that farmers were not growing peanuts but easily could. Peanuts are high in protein and extremely beneficial in combating malnutrition.
So we launched Hippie Peanut Butter.
Our team sourced a building to be used for production
And determined the equipment and supplies needed to start the business.
Our farmers are now growing peanuts and supplying them to their own cooperative.
They have captured the key processes in the value chain.
Growing, manufacturing, packaging, and selling their own brand of peanut butter.
Together, we have created a truly remarkable and sustainable social enterprise.
One of the need in this is a requirement, the need in Zambia is how to start the businesses. We have a lot of resources. Now, with the students from the college, it has become easier to start such businesses, business startups. This is a very successful project so far. So far, we have already produced something, and we have already received some orders for our product, which is very encouraging.
Our product is already being sold. By adding value to their peanuts, farmers who previously sold their peanuts into the market for $300 per hectare are now selling their own peanut butter, earning $6,000 per hectare.
We eliminated constraints in the manufacturing process, allowing us to double production.
Where did the capital come from to build Hippie?
70% of the capital required to launch Hippie Peanut Butter came from our farmers and their increased revenues our no-till farming has provided them.
Farmers like Namalima, Chipego, and Twombo.
The launch of Hippie Peanut Butter has been so successful that we opened The Cube, a small business incubator designed to help farmers learn about entrepreneurship and to start more businesses.
They feel empowered for the first time in their lives and are building a diversified, thriving local economy because of our work with them.
Because of the profits earned this year, farmers are sending their kids to school, building drip irrigation systems, which increases their food security, and launching many new businesses.
And that's not all of the economic development taking place. Because the farmers are now making more money, they're investing back into their communities.
This year, in Gali, 3 new schoolrooms were built, and 65% of the cost was paid by the farmers.
280 children have been waiting to attend school, and this increase in classroom capacity will finally allow them to attend.
With 35% of the capital provided by the community, a badly needed health clinic was designed by our students and built by the community this year. Soon, sick and injured people will no longer have to walk 2 hours to the nearest health clinic.
At Hufwa, 135 new students will attend school because of the new school block being built.
The school will have an IT and a science lab.
5 other area schools will have access to these classrooms,
opening up the world of science and technology to an additional 225 students.
These projects and the investment made by our team and the farmers back into their own communities will change the lives of future generations.
We were surprised by the sheer size of our numbers when we added them up this year.
And after looking at the impact of our work, we thought, no, this is where we should be after laying a strong foundation for 6 years. This is where we should be.
But the more we thought about it, the more we realized there was still more to do.
So much more.
There was still one missing piece. How do we guarantee our work will be sustained and scaled when we are not there?
This year, we finally put that last piece in place.
Our no-till farming program will now be part of the curriculum taught in 15 high schools and 142 elementary schools in the southern province.
That's 75,007 students getting the knowledge and skills necessary to guarantee their own food security for life.
Working with the Zambian Ministry of Education, we plan to roll out the curriculum across the country, and that's sustainability.
This now ensures that all future generations may never have to know the hardships faced by their parents.
Hardships faced by Mutinta.
akapana 30 days imvula kitawi akathayo mikalo ngokugcini yonse mapoke so twabona kubotu ikuliphinga kajana kuti chibotu
It is stories like Mutinta's that provide the validation of the work we have done with our farmers.
As our projects have grown, so has their vision of what can be achieved.
By working together with the Zambians, helping them fulfill their dreams,
and providing them the knowledge and skills they ask for,
They have realized a future of limitless potential.
Together, we have built a diversified economy that provides food, water,
healthcare, education, and renewable energy.
all of this driven by the passionate belief
That entrepreneurship inspires our dreams of prosperity.
6 years and 25 trips ago, we created a vision with our Zambian friends.
We worked in the fields
the classrooms
And the clinics.
We shared their hopes,
and dreams,
and watch them turn to reality,
building projects by listening.
partnering.
innovating,
and adapting.
6 years, that brings us here.
This year, a new school block was finished.
and another started.
Allowing 415 children to attend school.
For the very first time.
290 students will discover the world through their new computer lab.
This year, 3 new drip irrigation systems were built.
51 businesses were launched.
Creating critical new jobs.
And Hippie Peanut Butter doubled its capacity.
4,000 people will no longer have to walk over 2 hours to the nearest health clinic.
This year, 33,998 hectares of no-till farming were planted,
providing 270,000 people with food security.
Increasing farmers' profits by $48.8 million.
While reducing the burning of waste by 1.8 billion pounds.
keeping over 58,000 tons of carbon in the ground.
And approximately 178,000 tons of carbon dioxide out of the air.
Over 75,000 students will be taught our program, giving them the ability to end generational hunger.
We believe the power of entrepreneurship is best used to serve others.
To make dreams a reality.
And build capacity for those who need it most.
We have the passion to ignite the belief in others.
We are paving the way to a brighter,
more sustainable future.
We are Enactus Lambton.
And we built a middle class in rural Africa.
Thank you, Canada. Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
Congratulations, this is an amazing achievement. I wanted to understand how many team members spend time in Zambia, and overall, how much time do you dedicate locally?
Over the 6 years, we have sent 112 students to Zambia. This past year alone, 3, 4, and 2 students were on each trip. About 10 students work on the project this year, but only so many get to go. And then on average, I know I put in about 20 hours a week, Megan too, thousands of hours this year.
Great work, guys.
Thank you.
Last 6 years, I just wanted to understand when the specific turning point happened. Was it this year or what part of it? You must have learned a lot from this.
Yes, thank you. We have learned a lot in these last 6 years. And the question we kept getting over and over was, how are you going to scale this project and how are you going to make it sustainable? So at the end of last year, before this new academic term, we made that our goal. Last year, the project had 6,000 farmers part of it. This year, we scaled to almost 34,000. That is all because we adopted the train the trainer approach. We students trained 339 trainers, and it's those trainers' work who did the rest. Last year, we had profits of $6 million. This year, we have profits of $48.8 million. That's over 800% times increased. That's for scalability. Yeah. And then the second part we had to conquer from last year to this year was our sustainability. So the first part is the train the trainer model. Next year, we're projected to train 1,000 trainers. Those trainers need support. We're not in Zambia all the time. So this year, we put in place a 99-year lease of 1,000 acres of land to, one, build an agricultural school that will be the hub for these project leaders, these project trainers in Zambia all year long. And on that lease of land, we're building a for-profit, large-scale commercial farm, which the profits will fund the agricultural school, and they will fund our team's administrative costs because we pay our own way to Zambia. Any money that is donated to this project, to our team, goes 100% into the projects. So we need to be sustainable as well.
If I heard you right, you said that the farmers paid from their profits for the equipment for the peanut butter factory. Are they shareholders now in that business?
Thank you for the question. They came to us to ask which business model they should adopt, and they formed a cooperative. So there are 14 farmers in the Hippie Peanut Butter Cooperative who use their profits to fuel the business. They are also using their profits to expand the business. For example, this year, we captured the problem of increasing production by getting a larger roaster with them. Next year, to expand into the local food markets, we need to buy a blancher. So the profits this year are saving up to buy a blancher so we can capture the 2,500 a week jar ask from a major grocery chain.
It's really awesome. My quick question is, in your future agriculture school, now you have electricity, are you going to combine latest technologies such as AI, IoT, and with your drip system to make your no-till farming method much more productive?
Yes. So right now, we're working with local stakeholders in Zambia, as well as Canada, to design that agricultural school. We know we have to bring solar power, and we're working through other technologies. We want to have weekly workshops so that we Canadians can be in the rooms with the farmers and communicate that way. And then, I'm sorry, could you repeat your second question?
So the question is, do you have any plan to use artificial intelligence and IoT technology to improve the no-till agriculture method?
So right now, we haven't considered that as a team, but thank you for bringing it up.
The question and answer time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the team from Canada, Lambton College. Judges,